So this is Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined once again by good friend Chris Kongo. Too Slick Chris. How's everything going?
All good, man. Can't complain. You all right?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Big new start for you. We've heard the news this week, of course, signed with BOXXER at Sky Sports. New trainer as well in Ben Davidson. We'll talk about all of that, but let's start on what might not be the most positive note, but it's obviously sparked you into making some changes. And that was your last time we saw you in the ring, which was March last year. Just tell us now, I'm sure you've looked back on the close points defeat to Michael McKinson. How do you reflect on that fight and your performance now?
Like I said before, I think it was just down to experience for me. Obviously, we know he's way more experienced than me. That was my 13th fight. That was like his 22nd fight. That was like his 4th time fighting for a title. So he had been in there more than me. Like I said, he was a lot more active than I was. I would have liked to probably had maybe one fight before I fought him when I look at it back now. But at the time, I just wanted to fight anyone. And sometimes you make rational decisions, you know. But just looking back at it now, like I said, it was a close fight. There was nothing really in the fight. But I know I lost just by a few rounds. So, yes, it is what it is. It's time to move on now.
There's talk now that he might be going on to fight Virgil Ortiz out in the US, which a lot of people have criticised on Twitter, saying, you know, he's not ready for that. He's a different level and that kind of thing. You've been in the ring with McKinson. What do you make of that potential matchup?
It's a great fight. It's a great fight. He's got the awkwardness to beat him, but I don't know if he'll have the power to hold Virgil Ortiz back for the full 10 or 12 rounds. So if he's able to just keep doing what he's doing, then you never know what the outcome might be. He's a tricky southpaw, but can he be able to stop the train from coming? And obviously, you know, Virgil Ortiz is just gonna keep coming regardless. So it's a tricky fight. It's a tough and hard task for him. But let's see how it goes.
Now, how long after your last fight did you start to think you wanted to make some changes and consider what those changes might be?
To be honest, I never really wanted to make changes. The main thing for me was to just go back in the gym and continue working and just pick up where I left off, really. So there was nothing to do. I wasn't thinking about any changes at the time.
So what provoked where we are now, particularly with the training side of things? We'll talk about BOXXER and Sky Sports in a minute, but you're now working with Ben Davidson, previously with Jim McDonnell. How did that all come about?
That came about through me going to Vegas with Josh. Obviously, you know, I've been sparring Josh for many years now, and they wanted my help and for me to travel down to Vegas to do some sparring and help out with the drills. But just Ben Davidson's method of training and the drills and the stuff he does day in, day out, and me seeing it through Josh doing the drills with me and it coming out in the fight, it was inevitable that it was going to happen. And I believe the method he trains, it will suit me to become a better fighter and get some devastating knockouts this year. So I believe that me and Ben, we suited each other, and you're only going to see it flourish now within a couple fights to come.
And the fact that you've now linked up suggests that Ben must have been particularly impressed by your performances in the spars, not just in the drills and in the spars with Josh.
Yeah, I think he was impressed. That's something that you can ask him. He must have seen something in me. But for me, at that time, that present time, for me was just to come there and get the work done and make sure Josh is well prepared for his fight with Ramirez, which he was, you know.
And now tell us how you came to sign with BOXXER on a multi-fight agreement and with Sky Sports as the platform as well.
It was great. They got through to the team. They were really interested. And yeah, we were just able to get the deal over the line. And now we're here, so it's great. I can't wait to be fighting under their banner. And the exciting thing about it is now is that I've got I've got fights lined up and that's in the pipeline, which is great. So I can stay active instead of this inactivity. People asking me, when are you fighting? And I don't know what's going on, and just me training in the gym day in, day out and not having anything planned. It's great for me to have some activity now.
Now you're 29, you've had a number of pro fights, but does this feel like you're kind of starting over? Not from the bottom or anything, but just a new beginning for you? Is it exciting?
Yes, definitely. Like I said, I've said this before. I feel like I'm still fresh in the game. I haven't had many hard fights, so I'm basically still a newbie, even with like 13 fights. I still feel fresh, man. You're only as young as you feel, and I actually still feel like I'm in my early 20s. And what's helped me throughout this time is just staying in the gym, regardless. It's just been one of my key aspects. This is a lifestyle for me.
That's great to hear. How much of an attraction was the platform that BOXXER offer with Sky Sports? Obviously, they've got all those channels. Sky Sports News is a big factor for a lot of people as well. How important was the TV side of things?
Very important. Obviously, Sky Sports is still the biggest platform in the UK. There's no questions about that. And for me to join up with them, it's great, you know. For me to, I've been on the platform before, but for me to be there now and to be there constantly, it's only going to build my profile even more. And it's good to actually showcase my skills, not just once here and there. Now it's going to be consistent.
Now, have you got an idea of when your debut is going to be for them?
Whenever, I don't mind. I already told them I've been back in the gym, so I'm ready. Whenever they want to pick up the phone and call, I'll be ready for it regardless.
I mean, there's a couple of big shows coming up. We expect the Eubank Williams one to be delayed by a few weeks, perhaps, but Amir Khan, Kell Brooks in February as well. Would you like to, make your BOXXER debut on one of those big shows?
100%. Whether it's that, whether it's like you said, the Amir Khan Brook fight, whether it's the Josh Taylor undercard, any of them will suit me as long as I'm back in there doing what I love. I won't be complaining, and I'll just be getting my head down and working as usual.
That's good to hear. And what's it been like in that camp with Ben Davidson? Not specifically with him, but with the other fighters in it. You do a lot of work with Josh, of course, but there's Lee McGregor as well. Number of top fighters in that team now. I interviewed Mark Dickinson recently as well, who's a very hot prospect. What's the atmosphere like in that camp with you all kind of spurring each other on?
Oh, it's great. It's good, healthy competition. Not everyone is the same weight, so that's even better, you know. And we just push each other on every day in the gym. You know, we're all together and we're all working, and we all got the same goal, and we're all trying to achieve the same thing. So it's great.
You've spoken to BOXXER at length, I'm sure, before signing on. What is the plan for you? What's the route to where you want to get to?
For me, the route, it can be British, can be European, world, whatever. The main thing is to get to that world level. So for me, I just want to get back, probably have a couple run outs, and then go from there, you know. And then I'm sure there'll be a very big fight, hopefully by the end of the year. And I'm hoping, well, I hope to top the bill, you know. So let's see how it goes.
I mean, one potential fight, I guess, would be Josh Kelly. He's with Sky Sports as well. I don't know if he's planning to stay at welterweight or not, but if he does, that could be an interesting one.
Yeah, 100%. He'll definitely have to come and see me. He lost that European level to Avanesian, who I thought he could beat. But yeah, that will definitely be a tasty fight, and I'll be looking into it. That's if he's staying at 147. If not, then he's gonna go on to do better things at 154, and I'm gonna stay exactly where I'm
What do you make of Avanesian? You mentioned him just there. He is the European champion, obviously looking for a world title shot. Is that a fight you'd like down the road?
Yeah, hopefully, like I said, anything that's going to get me towards world title level is where I'm looking. He probably won't be looking at anyone like me or anyone at my sort of level because he's looking at world honors now. So yeah, I believe that that's a fight that could be possibly in the future, you know.
I think British champion, obviously Echo Esserman at the moment. That's a mouth-watering prospect, you and him, the way the styles could fit together.
Definitely. That's another fight that I would love to make happen. Me and Echo, that would be a good fight. We've done numerous rounds of sparring at GB together. And that's one fight I would not shy away from, you know. But like I said, the main thing for me now is just getting back in there and just staying busy, you know, because he's been busy, I haven't been busy, and I will just want to get busy and get back again, you know.
Now, obviously, this isn't the first time we've interviewed you, so we've probably asked you this before, but for a lot of fans out there, they might be the first time they're becoming aware of you because of the big new deal. Just tell everyone how they can find you on the different social media platforms and get up to date with what you're doing.
Yes, I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram at 2SlipChris, so you can find me there. Tagged in, I'm tagged in a lot of the stuff from BOXXER now, so you'll find some of my things there as well. So yeah, man, just get following and love for the support that everyone is doing at the moment, you know.
Great stuff. Chris, really appreciate your time. I'm really glad you've got this new opportunity, and yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens.
Definitely. It's a big time for me, and now it's time to show the world what I'm about.